Truth is, a lot of dudes who are like 45, 50 years old who refuse to date women their age, they don't do so because they prefer young women and how they look. Because let's be real, it's a lot of 40-something-year-old women that'll give these 20-something-year-old girls a run for their money. But it's because of the mental aspect. Like, as a guy gets older, one who wants to play games, by the way, who's like 40-something, 50 years old, he remembers it being easier to play those games whenever he was like 20. Because women in that age group, they're more on hope than they are experience. But experience is the best teacher. So as he gets older and he's trying to date women his age, they're like, no. I've seen your kind before. Like, I've lived the proof that you're here to waste my time, and I ain't going. So now he gonna go out here talking about how he prefers younger women because older women his age are full of baggage and they're bitter. And it's like, nah, they ain't full of baggage and bitter. They have a BS detector, so they're harder to manipulate. And manipulative men don't like that.
This is just a bunch of nonsense that older women and simps use to cope with the fact that no one wants damaged goods.
Again, this is going to be uncomfortable for you guys to hear. This is why men value women that are typically younger. The reason why is because as a woman is younger, Andrew Tate famously said she's been through less dick, even though I know that might be crude and fucked up to say. Yeah, right? But he does have a point here from a biological sense. The less partners she's had, the more likely she will be to bond with you.
Yeah, attachment.
To build a genuine attachment. And they found under 5 partners, like the marriage rates are way higher, chance, and divorce rates are way lower. Keep in mind, women initiate the breakups, not the men. So since the women initiate the breakups, that's where you have to look at the root cause of why is this happening. And that's a pretty, good statistic to take is like, as her partners go up, her ability to stay in a long-term relationship goes down with it.
If she cares more about the ring and the wedding than you do, then pay attention. She may not like you and just want the status. The more men she's been with, the more men she's gonna compare you to.
So you're almost 40, yes. And you've never been married? No. And you don't have kids? No. And you don't want to have kids? No. What have you done with your life? Well.
Give it another 5 years, and she'll realize none of her accomplishments matter when she has no one to share them with.
Let's really talk about it. The video I made about the girl saying that she got flowers and you should date women, I don't know how men deal with women. Just casual conversations with most women are exhausting. I said it before, I will never be a mentor. I will never do anything dealing with grown women. I would love to go speak to middle school girls because they still got a fighting chance. But these grown women, absolutely not. Conversations with them will make your head burst open. I mean, it's so ridiculous, the contradictions and stuff that make absolutely no sense. They will sit up and tell you all of these horror stories, and as simple as you coming back and asking them, is that your boyfriend? No, it's not my boyfriend, but ain't no but. It ain't your man. Why are we talking about this? Then they continue to keep telling you all of this stuff. Okay, well, are you ready to leave him? Well, no, I can't leave him because... You can't leave him because what? Girl, miss me with it.
Exactly. Certain women love to say how immature men are, but a lot of these modern women act like spoiled children and see nothing wrong with it as long as they get their way. You're adults. Act like it.
Science and psychology also proves that when you smile, the world and life will smile back at you. Science also proves that as women get older in age, masculine hormones and energies increase and become more prevalent, and feminine energies decrease. Older women get more set in their ways, especially when they have lived most of their life single, unhappy, highly successful, providing for themselves.
I love how they expose themselves. Red flags.
I see a lot of discourse on social media about young women being like, old women are so bitter and all this, and so jealous and all this. And I think the biggest,
we're not jealous.
But also the biggest lie and the biggest mess up that patriarchy has done to young women is to make young women think old women are bitter when they give us valuable advice.
Absolutely.
Right? And I'm like, no, they've literally lived our lives. Listen. But the patriarchy's convinced young women that older women are bitter, and then men can do their bullshit on young women. And I'm always like, no, I will always listen to an older woman.
You are wise beyond your years.
She's right. Except it's not the patriarchy that is the influence, rather something completely opposite.
You know what? I have something that I need to say. I am tired of the men that just don't go for it. They're just so scared. They think that they're gonna get rejected. When it's like, bruh, like, just take a freaking chance. I am tired, sick and tired of this, excuse my language, but this pussy energy.
I want to be approached. I definitely want to be approached. I would love nothing more than a guy to approach me, to have the balls to come up and say, hey, how are you?
Genuine question for you guys. What happened to men being the pursuers? Y'all don't chase anymore.
One thing I just genuinely do not understand is why guys don't approach girls anymore, like while they're out at the bar. Maybe guys just don't approach me and that's like a personal problem I need to address at a later date.
All right, y'all. Here's a question. Why men don't approach women anymore? Glad you asked. Let's get into it, family. Happy Saturday, everybody. Number one, the fear of rejection. Women today, as we know, have some unrealistic standards. Some women. Unless he has a six-pack, six-figure, and is 6 feet, you can't talk to him. Number two, it's not just about the fear of rejection. For some men, it's the fear of being labeled a creep or a predator because the man that's approaching you isn't your type. So because he's interested in you, he a creep? Come on now. Number three, online dating, which has made it so men don't have to get rejected in person. Number four, social media. Now you can just run up in somebody's DM. You don't have to have communication skills. I think all this technology and everything has made our communication skills terrible, y'all. Terrible. And last, we've seen how women will reject men in unnecessarily rude ways. It's okay to not be interested, to try to embarrass them. Y'all, we gotta stop.
Let me translate. I like it when guys approach me because it feeds my ego. But when I see guys 99% of the time, you're not interested anyway.
Anytime I tell a guy that I work at a daycare, he's just like, oh damn, those lucky kids. What I wouldn't do to have, like, be one of your students. Like, what I would do if, like, you were my teacher. And I'm just like, okay. It's always just made into, like, a fetishizing thing.
Well, I don't think you should be offended. I think that's
I'm not
a
offended.
compliment.
It just seems that, like, that's the only reason guys care is because they think it's hot that I'm, like, a little preschool teacher.
They find it attractive that you're good at caring for children.
Yeah, they've never said it that way, though.
That's not fetishizing to say that. What they're doing is they're trying to give you a compliment and tell you that they think that you're beautiful. They're not trying to fetishize nothing. And so what they do is they take an occupation that you're familiar with and they make an offhand comment like that because it's funny and it's witty and they think that they can in that way call you beautiful without it sounding sappy.
No, it's just immature. Sorry, boys.
I think it's immature to compliment women at all because you're all just brats about it. And I wouldn't compliment any of them. It's just always a bad idea.
Rule number one, never give a woman a compliment. Let her give you one first, so she doesn't feel like she's on a pedestal above you.
Like a 5-year gap would be good. So if I'm 28, maybe like he's in his young to mid 30s, 30, 35, like in that range.
Like 32.
And how old are you?
22.
22.
Women naturally are more inclined to date older men. Yet, the shaming language in society today is that you're some sort of predator creeper if you choose to date a younger woman. Younger women are going after you naturally.
I chased girls during my 20s when they didn't want me, and now that I'm 30, I have all these younger girls trying to get at me, but I'm too busy working now. Gentlemen, spend your 20s working out and building a career or business. It'll all be worth it in your 30s. Thanks for watching Sigma Traits. As always, we're looking forward to your support. So please hit the like button, share this video with your friends, and subscribe to the channel to stay updated with everything.